Hi, fourth grade. It's Mrs. Clendenning, and it's time for a second step lesson. And so since I can't be with you in your classroom, we're going to do it from home. So I'm here at my house, and we're going to do a lesson together. So the last time we were together, we started talking about, and probably remembering from last year, how to solve problems using the problem-solving steps. See, I brought my poster. Does that look familiar? STEP. Did you remember those steps? Say the problem without blaming anyone. Think of solutions. Explore the consequences of your solutions. And finally, pick the best solution. So we had just started kind of talking about this, and today we're going to apply these steps to what happens when you have to take responsibility when you actually do something wrong, when there really is someone to blame. So there'll be an interesting story we get to watch in a little video. So I hope you stick around and watch it with me. But to get us started, we are going to actually watch the Step Up music video. I know you love it, and we're going to rock out to it. Make myself smaller. So let's watch and remember the steps.
Here's a great way to remember. Keep it strong in your head, yeah. After the storm of strong emotions, here's the way to solve the problem, yeah. I said step, step. I just remember to step. Oh, giant. You say the problem out loud now. Nothing solutions that may work on how. Explore consequences, what would happen if. Now pick the best solution and make your plan, yeah. You got to step up to be cool, yeah. S-T-E-P. Give your power now after the storm of strong emotion. S-T-E-P. Solve the problem now. Now listen to me, all you good people. There's nothing wrong with strong emotion. But after you calm it down, you still got a problem, see? Now you gotta fix it. And you can. Oh, you step up. Let me show ya. Say you're in line and a kid come cuts in front of ya. Whoa, that make you mad, brothers and sisters. So feel it and calm it and take another look, yeah. Whoa, let me show you now. You see the problem out loud now. You both want to be first in line, no blame. Now think solutions that may work and how. Now these gotta be safe and respectful, no pushing, no shoving, see? Explore consequences, what would happen if. How will other people feel? How will you feel? Will it work? Now pick the best solution and make your plan, yeah. Choose it and act on it. You got to step up to be cool, yeah. S-T-E-P. Give your power now after the storm of strong emotion. S-T-E-P. Solve the problem now. You say the problem out loud now. Now think solutions that may work on how. Explore consequences, what would happen if. Now pick the best solution and make your plan, yeah. You got to step. I just remember to step. Oh, giant, say you wanna step. You got to step. Oh yeah, step.
All right. How could you forget the steps after watching that video? So now that you're remembering the steps of problem solving, I want to show you a picture. I'm going to zoom this up. All right. Take a look at this picture. Use your powers of observation. Take a look and see if you can explain what you think happened in this picture. So we've got a dog down on the floor looking kind of frustrated. Got a very fat cat on a couch or on a chair. Looks like a fishbowl dumped over. Now look for some of the subtle clues. What do you see in the cat's mouth? And where's his finger pointing? Yeah. So it looks like the cat swallowed the goldfish, but he's trying to blame the dog. So that's an example of not taking responsibility. So we are going to be talking about taking responsibility. You know, we all make mistakes, every single one of us, every day. And sometimes we try to cover it up or pretend like it didn't happen because we feel like that's going to be more comfortable. But that always leads to problems. And so today we're going to talk about how you can use STEP to take responsibility and fix things when you maybe do something wrong. So I'm going to show you a video, a little story about some fourth graders like you. This is, well, I'm just going to let the story play so you can learn the story. This is about Derek. See what happens to him and his friend.
I was in a bad mood because I had to stay in from recess to finish some work. When everyone came in from recess after having a great time, I felt really annoyed. By the time my friend Carlos came in looking all happy, I felt like I was gonna blow up.
It was the best recess ever. I made a touchdown.
I guess I wanted someone else to feel as bad as I did. So I said something mean to Carlos in front of everyone. Where'd you get that shirt? I mean, isn't that your sister's? What? You heard me. Just a little later, I started to feel pretty guilty. I shouldn't have said that. Carlos is a good friend. Now he's really upset. I don't want him to be mad at me. I need to think of something to do.
Okay, so in that story, Derek was in a bad mood. He was having a tough day, which happens to all of us sometimes. And he admitted that he kind of wanted someone else to feel as bad as he did. So when Carlos came in talking about how much fun he had at recess, Derek said something mean to him and embarrassed him in front of everybody. And now, how's Derek feeling? Have you ever felt that way? Maybe posted on somebody's TikTok something that you shouldn't have said, or something that made you feel bad, or said something to somebody, or blamed your brother for something that he didn't do. It doesn't feel good. And that's a problem. And so when we have problems, we can use our steps. So let's remember what to do. So Derek is going to have to go through these steps if he wants to fix things with Carlos. The first thing he has to do is to say the problem. And I think we can see what the problem was. He said something mean to Carlos. Now, usually when we say the S step, we say don't blame anyone. Because if two people are having a problem together, a lot of times there's no blame. It's just kind of even. But this time, I think Derek really is the problem. He really did make a mistake. So it is his fault. Okay, that happens. Then T, think of solutions. So if you were Derek, what would you do? Can you think of something that might work? Has that ever happened to you and your friends? I know some of you probably have ideas already. So you have to think about what would you do and what would be the consequences of that thing. So one thing Derek could do is just sort of ignore Carlos and pretend like it never happened, and maybe in a couple days he'll forget about it. I know that's a thing that my friends sometimes do, my school friends. Sometimes it works. Another thing he could do would be come up with a reason why he did that mean thing and say, well, Carlos was mean to me one time. He could do that. Or, he could probably also apologize. Okay? I want to show you some things that you can do when you've done something wrong. And I made some little posters about it, and we will get to see the story so you'll know what he does. But the letter to remember when you do something wrong like that and you have to fix it and take responsibility is the letter A. So, the first A, admit that what you did was wrong. You have to admit it. You can't blame somebody else. You can't say, well, it was because of this or that. You just have to say, yep, I did. I admit it. I did it. It was wrong. I shouldn't have done it. Okay? So admit that you were wrong. The second A stands for, and you guys probably thought of this one already, apologize. Apologize when you're wrong and mean it. Don't just say sorry, because, you know, we do that sometimes. We'll just say, oh, sorry, but we don't really mean it because we're probably going to do it again. So when you apologize, what you're telling somebody is that you are sorry and you aren't going to do it again. That's what a real apology means. You're going to do your best not to do that again. So admit that you were wrong, apologize for what you did, and the last A is make amends. Have you ever heard of making amends? Basically, that means fixing it, fixing the problem. So instead of just saying sorry and just running off, you think of a way to fix it and make amends. So let's think about how Derek could do those things with Carlos. He could admit he did something wrong. He could apologize for what he did wrong. And he could try to make amends for it. So if we're using the problem-solving steps, if he did those things, what would the consequences probably be? Do you think Derek would forgive him? Maybe. Might take a while because he hurt his feelings. It depends. Well, we're going to watch the end of the video and see which one Derek P. picks. Picking the best solution. We'll see which one he picks. So let's go to the video and see how Derek fixes this problem. Make this smaller. Here we go.
I could pretend like it never happened, but then he might stay mad at me for a long time. I could apologize and try to do something to make it up to him. Maybe that would help. Carlos, I shouldn't have made fun of your shirt. There's nothing wrong with it. I was in a bad mood and I acted like a jerk. I'm really sorry. Can I make it up to you by letting you play with my football next recess?
I like the fact that in that story, they don't show what Carlos does right away, because we don't know for sure. If you got your feelings hurt, it might take you a little bit of time till you're ready to say it's okay. But when you have a friendship, you try to forgive each other when we really mean it. And I think Derek really meant it. He really wants to be Carlos's friend. So the reminder for today is when you're doing at-home learning, when you're at home with your friends, or soon we'll be able to get out and see our more friends, or maybe with your parents or brothers and sisters, if you make a mistake, if you do something wrong, it takes a lot of courage to admit that you were wrong, to admit your mistake, to apologize and really mean it, and then to make amends and fix it. Derek made amends by inviting Carlos to use his football at the next recess. Making amends means I'm going to do something to fix this. I'm not just going to leave it. Okay? That takes courage. That takes bravery. Do you have that kind of courage? Could you do that? Taking responsibility is an important part of growing up. It shows that you're ready for 5th grade, and it shows that you're ready for being a grown-up, and it shows that you can have good, healthy relationships. So remember those steps when you make a mistake, and also remember STEP when you have a problem to solve. All right, 4th graders, have a great week. I miss you. Hang in there. We'll be together soon. Bye-bye.